I can't believe I'm saying this, but it's wine o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Many of you know that I refuse to drink wine. I refuse to take wine on board. I refuse to take wine even into my vocabulary because of a certain wine blogger from The Guardian, which I watched a video of when I was very young. When I was first reviewing beer, I watched a man called Malcolm Glock completely tear apart a young female beer reviewer at the time. And from that moment, after watching that video on theguardian.co.uk, I decided that I would never ever get involved with wine because of the sheer pretentiousness of this man. He completely humiliated this woman. He completely dominated the room, and I got really angry. Now I've always suffered with a very short fuse. I've always suffered with a very short temper, and I was literally spitting nails when I watched that video. And I made a vow when I woke up the next day. I made a vow that I would never entertain wine ever. Absolutely never ever will I entertain wine. I'll entertain all the beer in the world, but I will never entertain wine. Until today. The reason why I have changed my mind is because it's been 13 years. It's been 13 years since I watched that video of Malcolm Glock. And her name was Melissa Cole, or is Melissa Cole. It's been 13 years. It's been long enough, hasn't it? It's been long enough. So I was contacted by a company called Brixton Wine Club. And they said to me, do you want to review some wine? We see that you review millions of beers, but we never see you reviewing wine. I never give my reasons to Brixton Beer or Wine Club, why I don't review any wine, but I've just done it now, haven't I? So they contacted me. They said, do you want to review some wine? So here we are. I don't even have enough wine glasses. I've got a wine glass here and I've got 4 beer glasses. I'm going to be putting wine in beer glasses. But I firmly believe that every now and again, you have to take yourself out of your comfort zone. Take yourself completely out of your comfort zone and try something new. That's another reason why I've decided to review this wine today. Oh, hello. And then February's juice box. They're talking about all of the wines. Talking about pairs well with honey and goat's cheese, and yeah. There's no point in me reading that because I've got no idea. I've got no idea when it comes to the world of wine. So I'm just going to grab a can. We're going to be doing the whole 6 wines together today. This is called Quello, a semi-sparkling white wine, Vino Bianco Frizzante. It's 11% ABV. It's produced in Italy. And I think they're going along the lines of the craft beer world, aren't they? So beer is kind of, ironically, beer is leading wine in terms of packaging. So here we go. I'm just going to grab any old glass. So an 11% wine then. Slow carbonation. No head. Of course there's no head. It's not beer, is it? What am I saying? This is I feel like I'm back where I was 13 years ago when I was first started reviewing beer. What am I looking at here? Okay, so it's clear, great clarity. It's a white wine. I'm not sure if wine reviewers really look at their wine that much. I don't know. Aroma. Very grapey, very dry. Lots of white grape and dryness. You get that hit of alcohol, that heat from the wine on the nose. Let's dive in. Ooh, that's different to beer, isn't it? Oh. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Really acidic. Wah, wah. Really acidic, really kind of like... There's another reason why I don't review wine, and that's because I don't really like it. Now, when the Romans came to the UK thousands of years ago, they brought with them lots and lots of wine. But the Romans that settled in the UK quickly converted to beer, and they were quickly converted to drinking beer. Personally, I think there's a reason for that. I'm not gonna write wine off so early in my very early wine drinking career. You never know, I might end up like Malcolm Glock on The Guardian, but probably not. No. I tell you, if you ever wanted to try and rip me apart in an interview comparing wine and beer, then I'm very much up for the challenge. If he wants to try to do to me what he did to Melissa Cole, then I'd like a rematch with The Guardian. If The Guardian watch this, and we can see if he tears me a new one. There's some sweetness there. It's dry. It's like I find it so boring. I find it so. Sorry, everyone drinks wine. All of my family drink wine. Whenever I go to pubs, everyone's drinking wine. Whenever you turn on a food program on the television, they're drinking wine. So understandably, people like it. I get it. My sister drinks. My sister loves this stuff. My sister loves this stuff, and it's just like, I don't know. There's a bit of heat from the alcohol. There's a lot of white grape. I can't drink anymore. I can't drink any more of that. And it's not because I'm stubborn. And all of those years ago, I watched a wine expert tear a beer expert apart. It's got nothing to do with that. It's just like, look at my face. Do I look like I'm enjoying it? I might as well stick with a white wine theme here, hadn't I? This is a wine of Austria, a 2021 Grüner #1 premium white wine, brought to you by Canned Wine Company. It's a vintage. It's 12.5% ABV. Again, ironically, they're following the beer world with canned liquid alcohol. Beer's leading the way. Hopefully I like this one a bit more. So let me put that there. Let me put this here. Here we go then. You can see the carbonation in the wine just slowly making its way to the top of the glass, which means there's some body here. There's some body in the glass. Again, it's that very similar very pale white grape looking liquid. A little bit of alcohol legs climbing up the glass, you can see. Aroma. This one's a little bit more fruity. A little bit more of a fruitiness coming through. Less of the dryness, more of a sweetness. See, I know what I'm talking about. Yeah, much more of a fruity body, less dry. This may be more kind of well suited to me. Let's dive in. Oh, yeah. Now this one I like. Ooh, this one I like. I've been to a few vineyards in my time. I went to Barcelona on a beer trip, and whilst we were there being toured around all the breweries, we were taken around 3 wineries, and I had to kind of like what did I have to do? I had to cut the top of a bottle off with a sword. I had to do that, and I drank wine out of the Spanish. It's like a weird like gravy jug with a little spout on the end, and you pour the wine from a distance, like arm's length, and the wine just it's like a little needle of wine pouring into your mouth. I've done that. Then we went to another winery where me and a few other beer writers, we got really drunk, really drunk on wine. To the point where, like, when we were going back to the hotel, I was completely asleep on the bed. When the phone was ringing, they were like, "Why aren't you down for lunch?" Like, the organizer of this tour had paid for this expensive lunch, and I was like star-shaped on the bed. And when I woke up, I sat up and I was thinking, oh my goodness me, where am I? Passport was on the floor, bag, the front door of the hotel was still open, the room door of the hotel was still open. I just literally, I can't even remember getting there. But the difference is, and the reason why I'm mentioning this is because when you're a beer drinker, now I drink strong beer all the time, but when you're a beer drinker, you're used to consuming lots of liquid. You're used to consuming lots and lots of liquid. So I went to this winery, the guy was really nice, we were having a good time. I was drinking wine like it was beer. And I made a massive mistake that day because literally, I can't remember the minibus ride, I can't remember getting to the hotel. It was a mess, it was a real mess. But anyway, I like this sweet wine. Sweet and fruity. I like that. Hopefully, Brixton Wine Club enjoy this video. I can't be anything other than who I am. There would be no point in me trying to be 100%. I am serious, but trying to be a wine reviewer, because I'm not a wine reviewer. I'm a beer, and this is going to be a video about kind of my experiences with wine, a story about wine, a story about me and wine, and yeah, let's move on to the next one. So I'm getting the whites out the way. I think this is another white. This is a dry white wine from Lawn Valley. It's called Smooth. It's a Chardonnay, and it's by Kiss of Wine, and this is 12% ABV. It's vegan friendly. It's in a 250 milliliter can. The other wine was in a 200 milliliter can. That was the Quello, and this is 250 ml, the Grüner. Here we go. Okay, right. You can dump it in, can you? It's like a blooming, like one of those nitro stouts, you know, you dump the can in. So dry white wine, Chardonnay, lots of fine bubbles in the beer, fine carbonation. Now it's settling itself out. Yeah, again, it's a slightly darker liquid, this one. A slightly darker wine. Still got that alcohol legs rolling up the side of the glass. Aroma. Very dry. Very, very dry. More of a spiciness, a pepperiness coming through. You get the barrel, you get the oak. The oak, not the yolk, the oak. You get a lot of woodiness from here. Lots of barrel, lots of oaky white wine barrel with some grape. Here we go. Now, I don't like dry white wine. I'll be perfectly honest with you. I get the oak. I definitely get the oak. I get a little bit of vanilla. I get that white grape, but it's so dry. It's like I can't see how something as dry as this can refresh you. I drink alcoholic beverages, beer, to refresh me. This is like dries your whole palate. Not for me. Not for me whatsoever. Okay, I think I've drunk all of the white wines. Hang on a minute, what's this? This is a Pinot Noir. Wine of New Zealand. Oh, I don't know, does it? Noir. Red. Should we just... Have I got enough glasses here? Oh, I think I'm one glass short. I'm one glass short. Never mind. Yeah, this is. I think this was a pink when it poured out. Okay, a reddy, pinky red wine, a Pinot Noir, very fine bubbles, very fine carbonation, alcohol legs. It is 13.5%, this one. Wow, 13.5%. It's like Barcelona all over again. I'll wake up in bed now in an hour's time, star shaped. More oaky, more woody, lots of vanilla. Meaty slightly, like a bovrily meatiness. Alcohol, let's get in. Wow. Right. I need a glass. I'm going to tip that upside down. And I'm going to let all that wine run out of that glass. And I'm going to use that glass for another red wine glass. Oh, blooming heck. Oh, yeah, just not for me. Just not for me. I hope Brixton Wine Club appreciate the video. I'm doing my best. I'm absolutely doing my best here. I just don't see it. I just don't see it. It's like paint stripper. It's just, if I'm honest, it's just like I've used paint stripper before to remove old lead paints from timber, and it's got that similar kind of like, oh, like super dry, not the coats, super dry, vanilla, oaky dryness, like licking oak, like licking wet oak. Yeah, just not for me. Two to go. I'm gonna go with the first crush, Syrah. I think that's a grape style, a Syrah. 14%. Blimmin' heck, I'm definitely gonna be in bed after this one. It's a Syrah 2020, 250ml, 14%. Blimmin' heck. Wine of South Africa. Here we go. Oh no, this looks a little more fruity. So I've heard of Shiraz. I mean, I'm not completely idiotic. I've heard of Shiraz, but not Syrah. It's not a spelling mistake, is it? It's a H on the end. Now this looks much more, compare this. This looks like it's got much more body to the previous red wine. I didn't like that previous red wine at all. But look at this, it's got body. You can see loads of body. I'm hoping for a little bit more sweetness maybe from this. Alcohol legs, aroma. Oh yeah, this has got a little bit more to it. A little bit more. But I'm going to say body. Again, I'm not a wine critic by any stretch of the imagination, but I'm going to say body. Oh, I like it. Oh, I like that. Oh, yes. Oh, I really like that. Oh, it's that. I'm just going to use my general wine tasting language to describe that. It had a real kick, a real punch in the face on the back end. But it's lovely and fruity to begin with. Oh, I like that. Oh, I like that. That is lovely. You get the oak, you get the vanilla, you get lots of the grape, lots of that lovely fruity grape flavour coming through. It's got a nice body to it, a medium, almost creamy, rich body to it. The alcohol comes through as well, gives you a warming sensation. And that kick that I experienced first time round has dissipated a bit. It's gone away a bit. Now that's dangerous. I could drink all of that very quickly. I like that. I'm going to set that aside because Amazon wants to play some music. Right, now this is called the Liberator. It's a Cabernet Sauvignon, a Shiraz New Blood and Chocolate 2020. This wine may form a harmless sediment. What the hell's playing in there? Never mind. Shiraz New Blood and Chocolate. think it's reading an ebook. The problem is with these speakers is that they pick up vibration, and my vibration from my voice has obviously said play some kind of e-reader thing, and that's what it's doing. Right, I'm going to be quick with this one because I need to use the bathroom. Yeah, red wine. Got a nice, this one's got a little bit of a beery head going on. Look, it's got a head. A wine with a head. Aroma. Similar. Oh! But it goes back to that first red wine, that kind of real kind of astringent, like, oh, what was the ABV on this one? 14.5%. 14.5% ABV. It's like port, isn't it? Dry, oaky, dry again. Yeah, not for me. Not for me, that one. Fruity, not as bad as the first red wine. That first red wine, I didn't like that at all. So, to conclude, this is Brixton Wine Club. This is my first ever wine review. And to conclude, will I ever drink wine in the future? Probably not. I've just opened 6 wines, and there's only one wine I like out of those 6 wines. Perhaps, if I'm open-minded enough, I can use that as a stepping stone to enjoy wine. But with the amount of beer out there to review and drink and enjoy, I don't think I've got the energy. Maybe I might look at it again in the future. Maybe I take a stab at something. But the problem is, if you go to a supermarket and you buy a 750 milliliter bottle of wine, for me, there's a 1 out of 6 chance that I'm going to like it. I proved it today. There's a 1 out of 6 chance. On a positive note, to finish on a positive note, Brixton Wine Club, little cans. You're trying, you're sampling little glasses of wine. I think if you're new to wine, like I'm new to wine, this could be the answer for you, to be able to try little glasses of wine to see if you enjoy it. Thanks for watching. Comment, subscribe. Boom. Cheers.